Whales, some of the most powerful and wide-ranging animals on the planet. They navigate every ocean, from polar seas layered with ice to vast temperate coastlines teeming with life. Among them are the killer whales that stand out as the ocean's apex strategists, shaping entire ecosystems with precision and intelligence. But recent research is revealing that these whales are far more diverse than modern biologists even imagined. One newly recognized type is now reshaping the entire understanding of orca evolution. And this discovery changes everything. Killer whales have always been treated as a single global species, but new research is revealing something far more dramatic. Along the Pacific coast, two forms that share the same waters are now understood to be fundamentally different animals. Resident killer whales, now recognized as Orca ater, move through the ocean in stable family groups, hunting salmon with specialized jaws and deep-diving bodies built for chasing fish. Big's killer whales, Orca rectipinus, roam in smaller stealth-driven groups, designed for ambushing harbor seals, sea lions, porpoises, and even young whales. Their body plans tell the story. Bigs are longer, heavier, and equipped with robust skulls that evolved for taking down large marine mammals. Genetic studies show the split between them began more than 300,000 years ago, placing their divergence on par with some of the most distinct killer whale types anywhere on Earth. Despite overlapping ranges from California to Alaska, they don't interact, don't interbreed, and actively avoid one another. To a trained observer, their different saddle patches, vocal behaviors, and group dynamics are unmistakable. With southern residents down to fewer than 75 individuals in 2023, this formal separation matters. Identifying them as their own lineage strengthens protections that could determine whether they endure or disappear. And they're just the beginning, because the deeper researchers look, the more hidden orca lineages start to appear. The moment residents and bigs were understood as separate species, a larger picture came into focus. Killer whales across the globe are splitting into distinct evolutionary paths. At least a dozen ecotypes exist, each adapted to unique prey, habitats, and cultures. Many are so genetically isolated that they may qualify as new species. In the Southern Ocean, Type D killer whales stand out immediately. Their tiny eye patches and rounded heads are unlike any other known orca. Genetic analysis from a 1955 skeleton shows their lineage diverged nearly 400,000 years ago. Farther north, offshore orcas specialize in sharks, carrying the tooth marks of cookie-cutter sharks that reveal deep water habits. Then there are the oceanic orcas, a mysterious group recently identified from photographs spanning 2 decades. At least 78 individuals have been documented roaming far beyond the continental shelf, attacking prey as large as sperm whales and showing a mix of traits seen in no other group. Across the globe, these whales maintain reproductive isolation driven not by geography alone, but by behavior, diet, and culture. They speak different dialects, teach different hunting strategies, and live under entirely different ecological pressures. Scientists say the most striking part is how much remains unseen. Many regions of the world's oceans have never been surveyed for orca diversity. Next, attention turns to one lineage already reshaping entire coastal ecosystems: Big's killer whales. While residents face steep decline, Big's killer whales are experiencing one of the most rapid expansions ever recorded in a large marine predator. Since 1990, their numbers have more than doubled, reaching over 500 whales by 2018. Roughly 350 of these regularly patrol coastal waters, with 112 births and only 27 deaths documented between 2012 and 2018, a growth rate topping 4%. Their rise tracks closely with the resurgence of seals and sea lions after hunting bans. Bigs now account for an estimated 1,100 harbor seals consumed in the Salish Sea in 2017, roughly 2% of the entire regional population. Their presence has shifted from rare encounters to year-round use of the ecosystem, with sightings peaking in spring and late summer. These whales navigate everything from wide straits to narrow channels, sometimes staying in inland waters for months at a time. Their hunting strategies are built for precision. They travel silently to avoid detection, coordinating attacks that target 9 marine mammal species. Larger prey such as gray whale calves face prolonged, organized assaults directed by the matriarch. But even booming populations come with vulnerabilities. Bigs carry some of the highest PCB concentrations recorded in any marine mammal, Males average 251 milligrams per kilogram. Noise pollution, vessel disturbance, and the risk of oil spills remain serious threats. Even proposed seal reductions meant to protect salmon could destabilize their food supply. Which raises the question, how do scientists decide where one killer whale species ends and another begins? Killer whales force scientists to confront a central question in biology. How different is different enough to become a species? Traditional definitions rely on reproductive compatibility, yet orcas complicate the picture. Many ecotypes share the same waters, but strong cultural boundaries and specialized behaviors create complete reproductive isolation without physical separation. Residents and bigs are a textbook case. Despite overlapping for 100,000 to 300,000 years, they avoid one another to the point that no hybrid has ever been documented. Their genetic divergence is large and significant, enough that individuals can be assigned to their lineage based solely on genomic data. Their vocal dialects are incompatible, their diets conflict, and their hunting styles cannot coexist in the same group. These distinctions led NOAA scientists to propose full species status. But in 2024, the Society for Marine Mammalogy's Taxonomy Committee narrowly missed the two-thirds vote required for official acceptance, opting instead to designate them as subspecies while calling for more global comparisons. Even so, many researchers argue that the evidence for full species recognition is now overwhelming. This debate has real-world stakes. The IUCN Red List evaluates extinction risk at the species level, meaning additional species designations could spotlight vulnerable groups like southern residents, type D orcas, and offshore whales. With the family tree expanding, the future of killer whale science is about to enter a new chapter. The separation of residents and bigs into distinct lineages marks the beginning of a global revision of orca taxonomy. With 10 to 12 known ecotypes already identified, and more likely undiscovered, scientists expect several new species to be formally recognized in the coming years. Some lineages, such as North Atlantic types 1 and 2, Antarctic types B and C, and the tropical orcas of Hawaii and the Gulf of Mexico, show deep cultural and genetic divides. Others, like the type D and oceanic orcas, may represent some of the most isolated marine predators on the planet. Advances in whole genome sequencing, drone-based photogrammetry, and hydrophone networks are rapidly accelerating discoveries. Cookie-cutter shark scars, unusual saddle patches, and mixed dorsal fin shapes are giving researchers new clues about little-known populations. Some ecotypes diverged as far back as 700,000 years, placing their evolutionary separation on a scale comparable to entirely distinct species of other marine mammals. For conservationists, this shift is critical. Southern residents, now fewer than 75 individuals, may receive enhanced protections under their own scientific name, Orcanis orca-ater. Big's killer whales, as O. rectipinus, will continue shaping coastal ecosystems through predator control as seal and sea lion populations rise. Offshore and oceanic groups may require new management plans once their status becomes clearer. What's becoming unmistakable is that killer whales are not a single uniform species. They're an entire collection of apex predators, shaped by evolution, culture, and environment. Some thriving, some struggling, and some still hidden in the world's unexplored waters. In the end, if you want more informative videos on one of the most deadly apex predators in the world, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video.